Hello, wild ones. Welcome to episode number 194 of the Untame the Wild Soul podcast. I am your host, Elizabeth D'Alto, and this is Sunday sermon number 7. I am super excited for this Sunday sermon. You know what? I'm loving these. I'm loving your feedback. I'm loving hearing from you on when and where you listen to these. So many of you have ritualized it, which is so cool. Meaning, I got a note from someone who said they listened to it in the bathtub on Sunday night. Some people start their Sunday morning with it. It's just so cool to know that my solo musings and riffings are useful to you. And if you're new to Sunday sermons, think of these as wild and untamed gospel, heart ponderings, and delicious morsels of wisdom to spark your own truth, your own power, and your own love from my wild soul to yours. So today I want to talk about oneness. We hear this, and it's one of those things that if we try to understand it intellectually, the brain might freeze and reject the notion. It's one of those things that we hear all the time, and maybe you've even said, we're all one, and then kind of wondered, but what does that actually mean? So by looking at how it actually functions, how it works and shows up in our lives, we can cultivate a way of living, a way of being that honors and respects that, yes, in fact, we are all one mind, one heart, one energy body specifically. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to read you a passage from my own journal the day before my birthday, a few weeks ago, as I was exploring and feeling into the application of oneness in my own life. And I kind of riff all over the place. It takes on different tenses. So just follow along. And as always with these, take what resonates for you, roll around with piques your curiosity, what intrigues you, and ditch what doesn't. So here we go. Here's what I wrote. In feeling sorry for others, I'm feeling sorry for myself. In feeling sorry for myself, I feel sorry for others because we are all one. In focusing on the oppression of others, I bring on the oppression of myself. Therefore, because truly we are all one, my holy consistency benefits all beings, as does my work, my prayers, and my healing. Therefore, my laziness, my resistance, and my fear only contribute more of that to the all. This is our divine incentive to stop resisting, stop being afraid, and heal. To prioritize our healing, to de-traumatize ourselves so we can de-traumatize culture. When there's less trauma and drama, there can be more joy, more ease, more peace, more flow, more love, and more space for grace. So we mind our language, our actions, our thoughts, our deeds, our emotions, our movement, and our daily essence towards what we want to be, do, have, create, see, give, and experience in this life. We do not bypass. We honor that which has hurt, caused hurt, suffered, or is suffering by doing better. At Wild Soul Movement, we begin with our own womanhood to reclaim and redefine. We embody and we empower ourselves as women in the 21st century so that when we heal, there we have fortified a major area that previously was traumatized or suffering, and then we have more to give in other areas of life that need love, attention, energy, healing, and support, whether that's giving to ourselves or giving to others. So I want to pause here for a second because something that's been coming up in my community members of Wild Soul Movement, specifically that program, is one of our meditations, the meditation about trust and receiving. At the end, I turn it on sending out love and light and healing and forgiveness and all these different beautiful energies to, all of our brothers and sisters all over the earth. And it's been really interesting lately to see how some people have resistance around that part of the meditation. And it's just so indicative of how really, even deeply on a spiritual or energetic level, unless our own cup is full, it's challenging to turn around and give to others. And it has nothing to do with your desire. These are giving, generous, loving, nurturing people. And it's just a demonstration of how when we are not full, when we have not taken care of ourselves, it's a real challenge to turn around and give to others. And not just to give to others at all, but to really give to others in a way that's aligned and true and useful and helpful. So getting back to my journal entry, you can't see this because you're listening, but the next thing I did was I drew a circle and I had written womanhood in the middle of it. And then I drew all these lines stemming out with words, with topics, sexuality, race, relationships, body image, beliefs, career, parenting. And I did that because I was feeling into how addressing our expression, our understanding of, our healing and embodiment around our own womanhood touches all of these major life areas. And those are just a couple. It wasn't an exhaustive list. There are definitely more areas than the ones I said. And I kept writing. It can be a source of empowerment or a source of disempowerment. Regardless of which gender you're assigned at birth, if you claim woman in any way now, there is collective healing to be done, which we all carry. This is macro and micro. By beginning at the micro level ourselves, we can ripple out the healing, the love, the energy, the power, the faith, the sisterhood, and all that comes with that when suffering, shame, or pain have been crowded out. It might be easier for those who appear more cisgendered or attractive by society standards, and that's why we band together to hold, to see, and to uplift every woman. As we learn to love all of ourselves, we can love all of each other, and we can inspire our male brothers to do the same. We are a community of wild souls that intersects with so many other communities. Imagine your light and influence rippling out to everyone who you come into contact with. So again, it's not entirely about you, but it does start with you. And there's much greater incentive when you know and trust that you are a divine being of light and love, and you are meant to spread and share that love and light through the transformation and transmutation of all that is not of love and light in your human experience. It is our sacred duty to heal. Not because we are broken, but because we all carry this conditioning. The more we all heal, the more we can help shift the collective conditioning and uplift all of humanity. There's a difference between wrong-making and basic acknowledgement of what, if shifted, could be better for everyone. We are here to shine. So that ends my entry. That was my stream of consciousness. And what I was doing in that exploration was reconciling, embracing higher and clearer values without contributing to or further embedding the problems, the messaging, and the narratives that got us here, as well as not letting my involvement in more diverse conversations and more volatile issues negatively impact my energy. It's good to embrace the shadows, but dwelling there isn't helpful. So I want to end today on a poem. It's a simple poem from the Upanishads, or maybe it's not a poem, it might just be a quote. It says, "Those wise ones who see that the consciousness within them is the same consciousness within all beings attain peace." And here's the cool thing about peace. On our way to changing the world, on our way to acknowledging and involving and honoring and considering and loving all beings, we can have an inner peace that brings to every conversation, every community, every space that we enter into, a level of safety and kindness and generosity and healing that really contributes on a much higher way than just the things that we do and that we say. So this is about our energetics, and this is about constantly cleansing our sacred vessels as we continue to show up, as we don't turn away from things that are uncomfortable or scary or hard. There's a saying that goes around these days, and I don't know, maybe it came from Glennon Doyle. I don't know who said it originally, and it's probably not necessarily something that could be rooted back to an individual person because it's pretty common. We can do hard things. We can do hard things. And we can rise above things. We can integrate things. We can function in a culture that is changing and growing and developing while maintaining a peaceful mind, while maintaining an open heart, while having benevolent intentions and also considering the impact we have by listening to each other, by acknowledging when we're uncomfortable and when we want to turn away and doing our best to stick with it and stay in it. These are all of our divine responsibilities. So that's our Sunday sermon, wild ones. Sending you so much love. Have an amazing, amazing week. No matter when it is that you're listening to this or where it is that you're listening to this, remember, no matter what, how amazing you are, that everything you've ever needed has always been inside of you. And if you have a few minutes, the team and I put together an epic survey. It's so exciting to take some time to really get to know you all better. This is going to help us improve the podcast, improve our offerings, create more free experiences next year, all the things that we do here with a little more data based on, who you are, what you want, all these things. So we put together this epic survey. I'd love for you to fill it out, especially, if you listen to the podcast regularly, if you get anything out of this show, filling out this survey is going to be a huge benefit to you because it's literally like a chance to sit me down and tell me exactly what you want. A lot of the questions are like open-ended, so you could just type in anything. So you can find the survey at wildsoulmovement.com/survey. It'll probably take you like 3 minutes. If you're really thorough, it might take you like 5 or 7. I would appreciate it so, so much. Again, the link to the survey is wildsoulmovement.com/survey. Thank you so much for that. You will see the impact of your feedback in 2018 and beyond. So thank you again. Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next time.